Hi, today I want to talk to you about our System for Success trainings. We are going to be doing our Train the Trainer trainings live on Facebook. So every training you'll be able to tune in live on the 18 Rhino support group. So make sure first of all that all your team are in the support group. And they're going to be broadcast using Zoom, as I'm using just now. But the question is, if all the trainings are live on Facebook, do we really need to attend the events? And the answer to that question is yes, 100%, if you want to build a large business and build a decent income from the business. So what I'm going to cover is section 5, teach, train the trainer, and why I think that you need to attend these events live if possible. I mean, if it's in Ireland and you're in Scotland, watch it on Facebook. But the wedding's the webinar. Tune in live, join in, just send me your email address. So why attend events? Well, what I love here, if you look at teach, underneath it, it says learn. In order to teach it, you have to learn it. So the nuts and bolts are often taught at these events from the leaders who are making things happen. So if you want to know how to produce a result, you'll often hear the answer at those events. But I think the most powerful reason to attend events is not found within the event itself, but rather before and after the daily schedule, in the breaks, before the meeting, after the meeting, when people are talking to each other. Because this is when you get a chance to hang out and socialise with other people in the same business who are excited and who are serious about making incredible things happen. This is the time when you can actually discover the leaders and the top income earners are just ordinary people, just like you and me, warts and all, nothing different to you. But we all have different learning styles, and what you'll find is all the trainings that we do cover all the different learning styles. Are you auditory? Are you visual? Are you Kino, which is tactile learner, or experiential learner? If you're auditory learner, then the most effective way for you to grasp information is by hearing it. And as you can imagine, for the visual learners, they favour seeing something in order to learn it. The tactile Kinos, they need to be hands-on at the meetings, live on the webinars. They like to be touchy-feely. They like to be in front of people. Experiential learning types are more akin to learning from events and experiences or doing something with the material. So what does that mean? I believe that this business is experiential learning because you need to know it to show it. Experiential learning is the key. So you have to lead for the front. You need to be proactive, and that will accelerate your learning in order to teach it. And I say it there, you need to know it to show it. So you have to be proactive. Experiential learning is simply learning by doing, but there's more to it. There's more to the process. Not only do the learners take action, but they reflect on that, learn from it, and take new action based on experience. The learner has concrete experience with the content. The learner reflects on the experience by comparing it to prior experiences. And when new ideas are put into action, they become the basis for a new cycle of experiential learning. It's a cumulative memorization. So what does cumulative mean? Growing in quantity, strength, or the third one is what we refer to, or effect by successive additions or gradual steps. That is our business, and the memorization is the process of committing something to memory. the mental process undertaken in order to store in memory for later recall. In this example, it says it's such as experiences, names, appointments, telephone numbers, etc. But in our instance, it's for training. Network marketing training leads to your success. One of the most important things you can do in your business is to plug into trainings, webinars, team calls, and attend events. What kind of business do you want? Do you want a successful one? Yes? Then you need to make sure that you're investing in network marketing training for yourself. This is not your responsibility, your sponsor's responsibility. It's your responsibility. The sponsor's there to help, support, guide, and teach you. In a perfect world, I want to have a high production, low maintenance team. Well, who wants a low production, high maintenance team? None of us. This means that everyone on your team is plugged into the same network marketing system, which enables every person to get the same information. If not, the distributors on your team will be asking you questions about everything from new products to your process and on and on. Can you imagine having to answer all those questions that have already been answered through our company trainings, Viva MK material or trainings, webinars and live events? Communication is the most important tool that we have in relationship marketing, and that's what I believe this is. We are officially network marketing, MLM, but this is relationship marketing from our customers door to door. The reason that we're here today and the team, the relationships that we build. Most back offices of MLM companies, and that's just your stuff that you store, your information, your trainings, distribute information on a regular basis, as you know we do. There's usually Facebook groups and pages which all distribute training for network marketing, as well as weekly calls with your sponsor and webinars, Zooms, live trainings. If you want a huge successful team of distributors that has duplication, then every person must plug into a network marketing training system. It's the most important thing that you can teach your team. Whether that includes conference calls, which we are now Zoom calls, Facebook calls, the telephone, online, or MLM tools, the office tools that we use. If your team members are not getting the necessary information, you're going to end up with a high maintenance, low productivity team. Responsibility for training is important for distributors. Network marketing training is important. Every person in the team, though, must be responsible for plugging into the network marketing training, our trainings that's readily available for everybody. Your team must be system dependent. It all starts with the getting started documentation and trainings provided by Viva MK and ourselves, and these are all a mandatory step in the duplication process. Yet many distributors don't bother or don't get this right. This is exactly why training for network marketing is so important. That type of attitude and behaviour unfortunately doesn't lead to success, and it's usually an indication that the person is not serious about having the business. I'm actually astounded each time I get a question about something that's been covered in a live video, a training, but the person just hasn't bothered to watch it. Make sure you and your team plug into all the trainings for our company. Be system dependent instead of wasting a lot of time explaining and answering questions that have already been answered in the system. And quite often on our Facebook group, you will see me telling people where to find the information rather than giving them the information. As an independent business owner, that's what all your team are. It's up to you to get trained and educated. It all starts with you, not us. It starts with you. You plug into the training and get your team plugged in. Then every person is getting the same information and everyone is moving in the same direction in the same way at the same time. Network marketing is a team sport. Teamwork makes the dream work. We say it all the time. I love this saying, if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough. If you want to understand something well, explain it. And I came across this, what's called the Feynman technique, which I believe in totally. Richard Feynman is a Nobel Prize winning physicist. Now, the Feynman technique is designed to help you learn pretty much anything. It's really based for students in schools, colleges, universities. So it helps you understand concepts that you don't really get. Now, our concept in our business isn't very technical, it isn't very complicated, but we do have to learn it. And we do have to go through some trainings to learn it. So remember the stuff that you've learned. This is what the Feynman technique is going to show you, or helps you to study more efficiently. It's one of the most effective study techniques, being able to teach what you're learning to somebody else. Want me to repeat that? One of the most effective study techniques being to teach what you're learning to someone else. So it's the quickest way to learn. You don't have to teach it on here, live at a training. Teach it to the dog, the cat, or just do what I do and go on to Zoom. So what is the Feynman technique? It helps you retain difficult concepts for longer periods of time. So the number one is write down the concept that you aim to retain. Number two, explain the concept using simple language. Explain it to the dogs, they're growling away there. Look up concepts, areas that you're having trouble explaining in a simple way. So if it's not coming across in a simple way, have a look at the training to see how you can change that. Identify complex areas and challenge yourself to simplify them further. And this is this author's experience with the Feynman technique. And the book that I like to refer to here, oops, go back, sorry about that, is The Fundamentals of Network Marketing. Edward Ludbrook talks about sizzles, all different types of sizzles. And if you're brand new, sizzles is just a small training. It could just be me and one other person on Zoom doing a small training, that is a sizzle. But what he likes to do is to get, you know, just a small study session. So just be one person and then you can expand it from there. Take turns teaching each other to help cement your understanding. Get involved in the webinars, get involved in the Zooms, and if you're brave, do a slot at a training, but start by practicing on your own. This is a different author. It's just to reiterate, teach other people what you've learned. Sharing your newly learned skills or knowledge is an efficient way to further solidify the new information in your brain. According to Loma Linda University, the process of translating the information into your own words helps your brain better understand it. And there are a number of innovative ways to break something down and teach it to others. It's a win-win for everyone. Say it out loud, keep it in. But keep it simple and duplicatable. Pretend you're teaching a 5-year-old. Study the system and put it into your own words. And as I said, do a wee training slot on a webinar in your group. Stretch yourself. Do a one-to-one with your new person. Not everyone who attends these events and meetings is successful, but everyone who is successful, you'll find them attending these meetings and getting involved in just what I've been going through. We have a saying in this business, the person with the pen is the person with the check. That means if you're training it, you're going to be retaining the information and you're going to be making money. So I'm just going to finish by talking about what is or who is an MLM leader. It is someone who creates leaders, not followers, hence the training on teaching. And an MLM leaders sustain your business, not followers. So you're looking for leaders, you're looking to create independence, you're looking for people who want to take you up on these trainings that I've shown you tonight. Tip number 1, have a powerful vision. Successful leadership training has the capacity to translate vision into reality. Product knowledge. Here's a fact. Product knowledge has nothing to do with the performance, and also teach this to your team. Yes, we can learn about the products, but it's nothing to do with advancing in the business. Tip number 3, dedication to your daily routine. It's up there with oxygen. And most important, create a similar routine for your team, part-time and full-time co-workers. Make small changes that will impact and help them with the time management. An effective step-by-step training manual for your team to work. Well, you can find that at Viva MK's support site. Everything is there, a step-by-step guide, or you can go to the YouTube playlist if you prefer it in that format. Focus on motivating and training people that will greatly contribute to success. Disregard unproductive teammates. Now that doesn't mean ignore people. You know that this is a people business, and that's not what I mean. But quite often people take up a lot of your time and don't do anything. There has to come a point where you have to ask them to take some action before you can actually give them more time. We do say value everybody, rely on nobody. A good MLM leader can handle disappointments and overcome failures and produce solutions. Commit your prospecting numbers. Commit to your prospecting numbers rather. Have a commitment. How many leads do you want to generate? How many people do you want to join in? Remember to measure it. We have a great activity planner and tracker. You can find that under section 5, teach. Remember, what you can measure, you can always improve. If you don't measure it, you can't improve it. It's not always about what works, it's about what duplicates. Lots and lots of things work, but they may not be simplistic to duplicate. Transfer skills and equals duplicate success. And that quote comes from Eric Worre, one of the network marketing leaders who I love. Avoid asking for favours. Instead, be the one who gives the favours and add value to others and form meaningful relationships. Quite often you recognise the leaders in the Rhino group by the very fact that they share lots of stuff with you. But as I said, tip number 9, don't lead with your product. People become loyal to people, to the values, to community, to the leadership. That's why these Facebook team support groups are so important, and it's important for you to be interactive in these team groups, even if you know it all or you think you do. And tip number 10, ask questions from the leaders that you look up to. Respect their time and expertise in the business and ask questions. Learning is a never-ending activity. To me, this is the best tip, the key. Keep educating yourself. Always have a set time for learning every day, like the top MLM leaders. I am trainings and learnings every single day. Number 12, new to us who were in the old industry, do not pitch another MLM to your team. Stay focused with that business on that team. Don't have them doing other businesses. You can choose what you do, but keep focused on that one business. Even if it is just an online marketing tool, the weaker distributors will likely to go where it seems to be the easiest and most likely will fail there as well because they're comfort seeking. So if you brought somebody into Viva MK, keep to Viva MK and get better at presenting and speaking. A good reference book, How to Inspire Any Audience by Tony Geary. When you experience an inevitable downturn, you will notice that results are directly linked to the amount of exerted value and the number of people you contact about the business. So ups and downs, it's inevitable, but have a look at why you're having them. They're usually as a direct result of activities you've done. Another good reason for tracking your activities. If you do something long enough, a ratio will appear. What you lack in skills make up for in numbers. Jim Rohn, my favourite mentor. If you want to learn fast, fail forward fast. So fast forward failing. Fail and learn and then get better. So don't be worried about failing. It's the signpost, the key to success. Constantly associate with other leaders. So it's back to being at these events, being on these live webinars. Send me your email to be on live. Set high standards and have high expectation. If the leader gets soft, his followers become very weak. Avoid doing anything you don't want your team to duplicate. You don't want to say, I'm doing this, but don't you do that. Don't do things that you don't want your team to duplicate because they will. Be transparent to your team and never have a lack mentality. Share with them what really works and duplicates, and you will see a positive result. And that is why, again, you say you have to be proactive, you have to be experiential learner, because you just share what really works. And don't fall in love with technology. We are doing a lot on the internet, but don't spend hours and hours on a super duper website. The material's all there for you. You can develop and grow your own website in time and your own YouTube playlist, etc. But when you get started as a new leader, don't get hung up on doing everything yourself. It's all there for you. MLM is all about connecting and working with people. So you want to connect with people, not technology. Processes don't do the work. People do. And live a greater lifestyle that matches your MLM leadership status. And by that, it doesn't mean riches necessarily. Though if you're working full-time in your job and part-time on your fortune, your income and your lifestyle is going to get better. But just the fact that you can get more freedom, you can do what you want, when you want, even if that is your ultimate goal. Here's some of the things that we say regularly in our training. Seldom will your check exceed your personal development and growth. The more that you learn, the more that you will earn. The size of your business will be in a direct proportion to the amount of bums on seats. So what does that mean? By the amount of people you teach to teach, and you can go to the beach. This might be the biggest of all the network marketing tips I can offer you. Yes, this is a people business, but it's still a business. If you are the only one that can answer questions, lead webinars, etc., you aren't teaching your team how to operate in your absence. Teaching to teach means you answer questions in a way that the person asking the question can then tell any distributors they sponsor where to also get those answers. Hint, if each time a teammate asks you a question, has you on the phone for 45 minutes or ages on chat versus pointing them to an existing training, you've got some work to do. So teach your team to go and find the information for themselves. And the next system for success live training on Facebook is this Friday, Friday the 10th of August. It is also live in Basildon in Essex. You need to email me for the address because it's in-house and I don't want to put the address of my friend on Facebook. It's an in-house meeting in Basildon. Email me for the address, and that is Friday rather, the 10th of August, and the time for that is 2 to 4:30 p.m. It won't always be on a Friday. Tune into that, and I hope that you enjoyed this training.